Hey, what's up everybody? This is Etho and welcome back to another episode of the Let's Play series. We are finally back after quite a bit of a hiatus here. Hopefully we'll get back into the swing of things now, and today I think is going to be a fun one actually. We get to go check out the 1.19 updates, all the new features. This is the first time, I think ever, that I haven't had a chance to check out the snapshots and stuff. Like, usually when the update comes out, I know everything about it in full detail, pretty much. I've been playing around with it for months. I've seen tons of videos. Not this one, though. This one's like, it's still very new and fresh to me. So today we want to investigate it a bit further. But first, we got to find this stuff. So we dug a tunnel out to here. This is a rough tunnel right now. I'll probably polish it up more later. But if I'm not mistaken, this should lead to a mangrove swamp. Okay, it doesn't look quite like I expected. Let's go check this out. We are still on amplified because amplified terrain is the best terrain. But I think it has a big impact on the mangrove actually. Because all the screenshots and stuff I've seen of mangroves, it's usually pretty flat. And all you see is the mud, right? But here we're getting stone and mud. Let's explore a little bit more, check out, get a fuller picture of what this is like. This is actually a pretty big mangrove by the looks of it. I love like the river that cuts through it. I think that's so cool. Like, if you built down here. Yep, so check it out. We got the brand new mangrove trees in the game. And I gotta say, I'm really impressed with what Mojang did with these. I think they're a great addition. It's very important whenever they add new things to this game, new trees, new crops. They don't just keep adding the exact same thing over and over, that they actually add variation to it, not just with looks, but also how you interact with them so that they affect gameplay too. Are these new vines or the same vines? I can't tell. They're the same vines. Okay, those are the ones we had already. But yeah, they added these roots, which I think are cool because they're a transparent block. Transparent blocks are great for decorating. They add a lot of depth to your build, and they allow some color of your build to seep through the cracks, you know, so they blend in well. And then the logs, so check this out, it's like a deep red almost, which I really like. So that's actually like the perfect contrast for this green color, as well as the moss color. Actually, let me show you what I mean here, because as many of you know, red and green are contrasting colors. But when you're picking colors like for a block palette, not only do you want colors that work well with each other, they need to be like a similar brightness and texture to each other. So like red and green contrasting colors, concrete and moss, they don't quite look too good with each other though, right? That's because this is a little bit brighter than the moss is, and it's also a flat texture, while this is more of a rougher one. So if you want like a better contrasting block for the moss, this wood works a lot better. Now, the other really cool thing about these mangrove trees is they have given us a great transition block between dark oak and oak logs. These are two of the most commonly used building materials, I would say, like for framing your houses and stuff. But I gotta say, I've never liked them together. I never like to combine them because I find it's just too jarring, right? It goes from light to dark too quickly. But now we have the in-between, so we can go from oak to the new mangrove log to dark oak. So it's kind of like from light to mid to dark. And it also blends well with the jungle wood. So you can go from oak to the mid to the jungle. The thing I did notice though is look at the lines. They go horizontally while these ones go vertically. So if you do combine them together, you might need to flip it so it goes sideways. And then the lines will match up vertically with each other. Now, I especially like how they did the saplings for this tree. Like, this is what I mean by variation in gameplay. The first 6 trees in the game, like the oak, the birch, and that, all exactly the same. You break the leaf and the sapling drops out of it. This one, it actually grows on the bottom of the tree. And then you break it and you get the Propagule. And then you can bone meal the bottom of leaves from this tree. Like, you can take a leaf block with you, take it home or whatever, and then if you bone meal underneath that, you can sprout a new one. It's a great decorative block for the tree. But yeah, it's just a new decorative block we can use anywhere because you can plant it on dirt and stuff, and you can even plant it underwater, which is super cool, and grow the tree underwater. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw a thing about how you can plant any tree underwater now as well. Like before, water was on the blacklist, the blocks that would stop a tree from growing. Oh, does that let water through? Okay, let's flip those up then. Now how am I gonna bone meal it? I can't. Oh, maybe I'm mistaken. Did I imagine that? Oh, it did grow. And if you look at the tree, you'll notice that the leaves aren't actually air blocks. They're waterlogged because they made the change where leaves can be waterlogged now, as well as these roots. So that's really cool. And yeah, it doesn't leak out the bottom either. So it's totally self-contained. Like normally if you have a 2x2 of slabs that are waterlogged, it creates an infinite spring, right? But here it doesn't, because each block is its own self-contained waterlogged thing. Huh. I want to do a burn test. Let's see what happens if we light it on fire. You cannot light it on fire. Really? Okay. Like if you right click it, it doesn't let you. Let's light up nearby then. Just see what burns. Yeah, I'm not seeing the fire spread to it at all. Like it doesn't form on the sides of the block. Oh, wait a second. You see that? It did burn, I think. Or did it despawn? So they'll still despawn even if they're waterlogged. Yeah, look at this. It's pretty clear. It does not want to burn these waterlogged leaves. It's creating like a perfectly flat surface. Yeah, so I noticed the tree we grew underwater here, it didn't have any propagules form in the water. So then I tried to bone meal it. And nope, you can't. It doesn't look like you can grow them underwater at all. So that's interesting. Also, after you take them off the tree, you can't put them back on. It doesn't let you. You have to grow it on. So whenever a new crop or tree comes out in this game, I like to check if you can grow it with the bone meal in a dispenser. Usually you can, so I assume you can with this as well. It grew once, so I guess you'd have to have another dispenser lower. Looks like it doesn't waste bone meal either. That's also very nice. Makes things a lot easier. Yeah, so grew it, and then it doesn't waste it again. And then you probably have to piston it. Uh-oh, we're getting a couple fires spawning here. Hopefully they'll go out. This one's spreading quite a bit, though. I don't know, we'll see. You know what I just realized, though? I was thinking about it, and if you ever have to clear out the ocean now, like an ocean monument, the way to do it is probably don't use sponges or sand like we normally do. Use spruce trees, the 2x2 spruce trees. Grow those underwater. Each one will get rid of a couple hundred blocks of water, right? Put a bunch of them together, and then once you're done clearing out all the water, just light them on fire, and they'll get rid of all the logs, and you got a big hole in your ocean then. Oh, this is so cool. I didn't even see this when we came out of the portal, but there's this really neat section here that's like caved in. And then the trees are spawning below water level, like down in the cave. And you got this underground forest thing happening. Eh, it's pretty cool, eh? Alright, my elytra wings were about to break there, so I decided to head home here for a little bit. One thing you might notice this episode, I thought I'd point it out, is we're going to be getting a lot of advancements. Believe it or not, I have traded with a villager before. My hard drive crashed recently, and yeah, some bad stuff happened, including with our Minecraft worlds. Not to worry, though. I think our world here is actually fine. Like, I got a new hard drive. Everything's copied over to the new hard drive. I've taken a look around the world. I haven't seen any chunk errors or, like, deleted stuff. And even if there is, I have a backup from, like, 2 or 3 episodes ago. If I do need to patch something in, I can fix it that way. Hopefully we don't discover anything today, though. I haven't seen anything yet. But our player file got corrupted and deleted. And that's why we're getting advancements again. As well as our statistics got corrupted and deleted. These were all zeros. So I loaded one of our backups and copied the statistics file from like 2 or 3 episodes over. But it doesn't really matter because when we started the world, statistics didn't even exist. So they're not accurate anyway. And they got corrupted once in the past too. Okay, so we're in the redstone room here. I've been playing around with some propagule farm ideas. So the idea behind this one is to set up a chain of the leaves. And you flip this up to harvest, and then down to replant. And then the idea behind this one is not to bone meal the propagules, just let them grow naturally, you know? They actually grow incredibly fast, I'm surprised. And then you just got a chain of observers going this way over the sticky pistons. One goes up, one goes sideways. into the dispenser with the bone meal in. And then I whipped up this one here. This one's a bit more complicated, but I do actually kind of like it. We might actually build this in our world somewhere. The idea behind this one is it's got 2 dispensers with bone meal in for bone meal in the propagules, make them grow fast. They need 4 bone meal each, which is a little tricky to do actually. And then there's 1 more dispenser for sprouting the propagule. The idea is whenever they are sprouted or whenever they receive bone meal, they activate this observer, which tells it to bone meal it again. It sends a signal to the dispensers. But then there is also a countdown timer here so that it detects whenever the propagule is fully grown, it'll stop bone mealing it. And then it lets out a harvest over here too. Harvest signal. And then the propagules is dropped down underneath. You can drop them in a hopper or collect them with a water stream. And then finally the third farm, which is probably the best one actually. Like it's the fastest. But it's got a couple problems. I wanted to challenge myself to grow the propagules as fast as possible. They take 4 bone meal though, so that means you need to surround the propagule on 4 sides with dispensers. And then you need the top to be the leaf block, and then you need to harvest it somewhere with a piston. And that means all 6 sides are totally taken up. You got no room for a hopper or a water stream in there, right? So it kind of just shoots them out. We got our clock over here. Let's get it going. But yeah, this one's really quick. Propagule farm number 2, I choose you. To be honest though, I wasn't totally happy with number 2 here though, so I made some more adjustments. It's a bit more compact now, simpler, and faster. All good things. Much better, right? I think so. Okay, so that's what we're gonna build. Okay, I tell you what, we're gonna put the propagule farm inside of Sandy City here. Like, we got all these little houses all over the place that they need interiors, but they also need a purpose. They need function. We added a cocoa bean farm a while ago, and like some of the stores are starting to get functions to them. Like, we want to have a reason to come here once Sandy City's done, so that we don't just build something. We live in our world, right? We actually do stuff here, and have a reason to come back. Yeah, we want the bone meal from this chest going to the 3 dispensers, so I think I see how we can do it. We're gonna add a hopper there, one there, one there. Then we'll have like a bit of a reserve over top both of these. And somehow I gotta get out of here. There we go. And then from the double chest, we'll split it. So one side goes to that, and the other side goes to that. Cool. All right. Well, check it out. We got the farm installed. You just pull the lever down to turn it on. And right now, bone meal is going down to the dispensers from this chest. And then propagules end up in the right one. And it's a decent right? It's not super fast, but it's good enough, I think. Honestly, you'll probably get enough of these from just harvesting the trees that you'll never need to use this farm. But I wanted to build it anyway. And then the water comes up over here and goes into the hopper. Alright, so the next thing we're going to check out here, I'm actually really curious about. The boat chest has come out. It's, it's kind of a cool survival thing. You get an extra place to store your stuff. Definitely needed with our inventory management issues. But I think it has some implications with redstone that I wanted to check out. First, though, let's see how Mojang did this. Can we just right-click the chest with the boat? No, you just go in it. Okay. So you actually have to craft it. So... I thought I placed it in the boat. Oh, I got excited for a second. See, I think they really should change that so that, like, if you right-click a minecart with a chest, it becomes a storage minecart, right? Or if you click the boat with a chest, make it a boat with a chest, right? Instead of having to go to the crafting window. I hate GUIs in games. I want to play the game. I don't want to be doing stuff in a GUI if I don't need to. That's just my personal opinion, though. But yeah, if we check out our inventory, we now have our inventory plus the boat chest, which is pretty cool. And then I think if you load it up with stuff, it will just kind of spill out, right? When you break it. I don't think it saves the contents. That would be a little bit overpowered. Yeah. And just to clarify, I do think you should still be able to craft the boat chests. Like, if you're making a bunch of them at once, it'd be annoying if you'd have to place them in the world and manually create them every time. But I think they should have both methods. And then you just choose whichever one you want, right? Okay, we're doing a little test here. This is the boat drop test. Did you know boats can still break in the game? Yeah, it's true. If they fall a certain distance, like 11 blocks or so. For 12 blocks, you get a dead boat. So let's drop this one just to show you. Bam! Planks and sticks, just like the old days. Okay, now let's check out the boat chest. I'm curious if it'll just break into planks and sticks like the other boats, or if you get the chest back as well. Here we go. Kaboom! I don't see a chest, so it's just planks and sticks. Another really cool change this update is now whenever you break a hopper minecart or a storage minecart boat with a chest, it doesn't split them into like the hopper and the minecart and you have to recraft it together again. It's how you left it, right? Which I think is great. I would like it though if they still gave you the option, like maybe you use a certain tool on the hopper minecart, like shears, and then it splits them apart again, or you know, an axe on the boat will split the chest from it, just so you have that option. Okay, we're gonna check this out. So one of the main ways we split items in this game is like this. You put the items in a hopper minecart like that, and then it divides it evenly between the 4 hoppers at 4 times hopper speed. This update though, we now have the boat in the chest, which is kind of special because it can sit, I believe, between 9 hoppers. So that has some implications for Redstone. I don't know how much this is actually going to get used, how important it is, but I think it could be a big deal. This should work, actually, I think. Because honey doesn't quite take a full block space, so it should be sitting on top the hopper below the honey when we do this. Okay, let's try this out. We're going to go on the boat, put a stack of nether bricks in. Yeah, look at that. I think that's 9 times hopper speed right there. Let's get some chains down. And then we'll put the hoppers facing the chains, and we'll see if that'll go into the boat sideways like that. It does. Oh, okay. That's got me excited. You know what that means. You can have 12 hoppers all around the sides and then 9 on top. That's 21 times hopper speed. Yep. So I just tested all 12 of the hoppers. They all put items into the boat, even the ones in the very corner here. So that's cool. And then you could put 9 more on top, I think. Yeah, that went in too. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, I think the practical application for this though is like if you ever need a 4 splitter, you'd use either a hopper minecart or a storage minecart. If you need an 8 splitter, you'd probably use a boat thing like this. The middle hopper would be very hard to lock and probably hook up to inventories and stuff. So I think you would omit that one and just do the ring. And then you can do a ring of redstone around that if you want to lock it. And then you just need an 8 times hopper speed input. And that will work out as well. The maximum output you could get is probably 16 times if you did 4 hopper minecarts under the boat in the 4 corners of the boat. And then try to split it evenly between 16 hoppers below that. But it'd be very hard to set up. So I'm not going to bother doing that. Let's talk about mud. Yeah, so mud's pretty cool, although I gotta admit, at first I didn't really like it too much. Like, it's got this deep blue color to it with a bit of brown in there. It's like, man, what are you gonna put that with? There's not a ton of blue blocks in this game to go with it, like as a support. But, you know, I've started to see a few blocks that it works well with, and it's like, yeah, it's okay. I think as the game progresses with more updates, there'll be more blocks that work well with it. And I think the texture itself is pretty nice. But how does the mud work? So if you look at our Y coordinate, we're at 66.875. So we're actually sunk down a little bit because normally you're at 0.0 when you're on the ground. So it's kind of like slow sand where it's not a full block. It is sideways though, so it's not like honey. At least I think it is 0.3. 0.3, yeah. So it's a full block on the side, just not on the top. But that's kind of cool because we can pick up items with a hopper through it that way. And you don't get the slowness effect like you do with slow sand, so it's kind of unique in that way. How do you get the mud? Well, you get it from dirt. Dirt, you hit with a water bottle, turns to mud. Coarse dirt does not work with grass, works with rooted dirt. Doesn't work with podzol, mycelium, path blocks, or farmland. So that makes mud an infinite resource because you can create it from dirt. And dirt you can farm from moss using azalea trees. You get the rooted dirt, but you can also just craft dirt with gravel you get from piglin bartering. And you can use this in your mud makers. Oh, I should have tested that first. That's embarrassing. We got 2 observers there now. I guess it's because dispensers take 2 ticks to activate, I think. Like it takes 2 ticks after it receives the redstone to actually use the water bottle, if I'm not mistaken. And hold right click. Works great. I'm double activating it now. I'm good at this game. Okay, let's try the hold right click now. Alright, I think I got it. I put a 2-tick repeater down here with the redstone. I have to make sure I don't lock the hopper here, like if I ever make a farm with this, because you need to filter out the empty glass bottles, otherwise they stay in here and shoot out the second time. And mud's going to be pretty important in Minecraft, actually, because you use it to craft 2 other things. Clay, and you can use it to craft the new packed mud, which is a very nice block. I'm a huge fan of it. Do we got some? Yeah, so you take wheat and you combine it with the mud. That gives you packed mud. Look at this stuff. Love this texture. Love the color. I'm going to be using this block a lot, I think. It is really nice. And then you can 2x2 it for the bricks, and then the bricks can be made into slabs, stairs, and a bunch of other things, I think. Do we have a grindstone nearby, actually, to try it? I do in my ender chest. The worst thing about every update is I have to reorganize my beautiful ender chest here, because I got everything kind of figured out. And then they add new blocks, and it's like, well, I got no space for that. Unless I add new shulker boxes. Oh, walls, okay. Alright, everybody, I just had a bit of a weird idea here. Kind of like a fun little build we could do. We're going to try to put like a mud-making, clay-making workshop in this area just outside the windmill, because I got to fill this up with something, right? And we got the wheat nearby. You need that for the mud bricks. I thought this would be kind of a cool thing. Did I just walk over a bed? Did I imagine that? Do we still have invisible beds around here? Where is it? There it is. Just a 4x4, I think, is what we'll do. We'll dig down, dig this out, replace that with the mud. We're going to hang some dripstone on the bottom of that, and then when we place the mud in this area, do we have any on us? Just to check it. I think the mud looks okay with brick, if I'm not mistaken. Just want to double check, though. Not great, but I think it's one of the blocks that works okay with it. Yeah, so this mud can get turned into clay if you have a block under it, and then you have to hang dripstone from whatever block you use underneath it. And then you see how it kind of drips here? It sucks the moisture out of the mud above, and eventually it turns into clay. Awesome. Okay, so we just added a little bit of decoration around this thing, and you can see the mud is getting turned to clay little by little here. It's got this cool, like, dripping sound it makes. Very peaceful, right? I like it. Now I want to try to make it look like we're actually collecting the water that drips out of this into a channel. We're going to make this come out, and it's going to go into a workshop that creates mud. And it turns out I wasn't recording, so ta-da! Alright, it's pretty much done here. It definitely needs a little bit more detail work, but don't really have time today to do more on this. We still got to check out the ancient city and stuff. But yeah, this is actually like mostly just for aesthetics, but it's also functional, which is kind of cool. We put down our mud here. It'll turn to clay. We got clay piles nearby, mud piles, mud brick piles, all kinds of stuff, right? So the idea is the water is supposed to flow out of the mud into the mud workshop. So the way this works is kind of cool, actually. We got the mud that forms over here. There's a dispenser with water bottles in. There's a filter underneath that to take out the empty water bottles. Those empty water bottles get automatically refilled, and then there's a water stream that brings them back up into this dispenser, and it should hopefully never run out of water that way. And then it also detects when we place the block there. Very simply. And then, guess what? I don't know. What am I going to say next? I have no idea. I should think. What did I want to show you? Oh, yeah, I remember. So, look at this. We got our efficiency 4 pooper scooper with haste 2. It turns out this is actually too fast, I discovered. So, let me show you what I mean. So if we get this, we gotta switch them. Tool in our main bar, dirt in our offhand, and then when we do the right click, left click thing, it doesn't really work, right? It's just way too fast. So that's no good. So what I found out is a diamond shovel is actually like the perfect speed. It doesn't have efficiency on or anything. So it's a lot slower. And now look at this. It's the perfect speed. So we just stand here, right click, left click, with dirt on our bar, and should end up in here. Pretty cool. And then, like, we're trying to tell a little bit of a story with this, like how we actually make the materials, right? So we got some hay around here as well. Of course, we got to mix the hay, the wheat, with the mud on our table here, and then that makes the pat mud. And then, if you've ever seen like a Adobe brick making, they usually have these molds that they put the mud in, and then they let it sit for a while to harden. So I thought that might be a cool little thing here. We got some empty molds over here as well. And yeah, that's about it. What haven't we done yet? We haven't checked out frogs and froglights, allays, and the ancient city. Probably can't do all of them. I think we're going to go for ancient city. So if we're lucky, there is a chance we won't have to go very far, because I don't know if I've been this way since, what was it, 1.18 that got the new terrain? So there might be ancient cities, like, pretty close to home, actually. Gonna maybe go caving around here. Yeah, I still find it really hard not to spam torches. It's gonna take me a while. Everybody always wonders, like, why I care so much about lighting up caves. It's because if I ever decide to make a mob system somewhere, I don't want to ever have to go back and try figure out what areas aren't properly lit in a cave. I just want to make sure I do it right the first time. Okay, they're a little bit tricky to find. We finally got one though. I did some like poke holes every few hundred blocks, and eventually I just started digging down like at Y40 minus 48. I don't know. I guess you might want to go a little bit higher, but yeah, we got one. All right, let's go check it out. It looks a little weird. I don't see any of the blue stuff. There's supposed to be blue stuff, isn't there? Where's my blue stuff? It's like just the stone. I wonder if it's because my world's old and it kind of messed it up. Oh, okay, there is some blue stuff. Now look at that. Okay, might need to walk on the wool. Yeah, I gotta say, like, this was really freaky when we did it in double life. In iron armor, no elytra wings. I don't know what it's gonna be like with elytra wings. I feel like I can just fly away if things get bad, right? I don't know. We'll see here. Tell you what, actually, what we should do, let's set our spawn. That's a good idea. I'm gonna put an ender chest by this as well, so that hopefully I can recover if something bad happens. This place is actually massive. It just keeps going. I think this is the main thing, though. Like, there's a giant structure at the center of it. Well, I don't know if it's the center, but, like, I think this is, like, what starts the whole structure, and it kind of spreads from here. I heard some redstone. What was that? So I know there's a... Oh. Oh. Oh, that's right. I think I heard about this. There's like some sort of tutorial that they do with redstone now. Okay, let's look at the tutorials here. What is this trying to teach me? Okay, so this emits power, and one tick and one tick. It does not go through glass. Look at that, guys. Very, very interesting. Okay, what other tutorials do we got here? I don't know if the tutorials are always the same or if they're different every time. Okay, here's a good one. We got a lectern. If we had a book, we could put it on there and see that light up, I'm sure. We got a target block. Okay. They're very basic. Well, this one looks a little bit more advanced. Okay, let's look at this. So, yeah, we got like old school repeaters, an AND gate over here. What is this trying to do? Oh, another AND gate over here. One over... So we gotta a sensor. Oh, I think I get it now. Okay, so this is actually kind of clever. It's using a comparator on the sensor, so it only detects certain sounds, and if it's not the sound they're looking for, they cancel it, I'm pretty sure. I don't think this torch will light up if we break a block. Oh, maybe it did. Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. I've done a lot of redstone in my life, and I'm not sure what this is trying to show me. It's a little bit beyond me, I think. No, I don't know. Is this just a monostable over here, or what's the point of this? And it goes to an AND gate, and then the AND gate's like... It goes this way and then back on itself for some reason. And then this way, and then there's this like redstone missing here. Am I supposed to fill this in for some reason? I don't know. Wait, did it stay? Oh, it did stay. Oh, I might have figured it out, guys. Maybe? Did it open? Here, let's get rid of this glass. I can't see. Yeah, it's open now. Oh, and it closed. Okay, look at that. So before it was like opening and closing with that redstone missing. I think. Let's get rid of it again. Yeah, that's what it was doing before. Okay. So maybe this is like a puzzle to figure out what's wrong, what's missing. Okay, here's the deal, everybody. I want your theories. I want you to tell me what you think this portal's for. Or do you think it's a portal at all? I don't know. It looks like a portal to me. This is where they put the reinforced deep slate, so you can't break this. This is like bedrock. This is a very important structure, I feel, that they don't want you to remove. I think it's a portal. Are they adding a new dimension, do you think? Do you think it's like some kind of raid almost? Like mobs come flooding through here when you activate something? Like they got all these candles around it too, right? So it's like, I don't know, maybe mobs just come storming through this and you gotta kill them all and then something happens? But then there's also fire below, which is very odd. Like a forge of some sorts. Or a summoning. I don't know. I'm curious though what you guys think. To be honest, I don't even know. Does this blue skulk stuff spread? Like, is it because I just generated the city that there's not a lot of it? Or what's going on here? Because in Double Life, there was tons of blue stuff everywhere. Okay. I'm going to probably trigger the Warden getting this, but it's worth it. Grab it and go. Grab it and go. We got a hoe. We got shards. Wait, that was number 3. Oh, I should have... Okay, that's number 4. Go, 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 go. What else did I get? Okay. Wait, why didn't he spawn? Maybe I miscounted. Could be. That was 2 notch apples, by the way. That's actually pretty significant. Yeah, those are rare, normally. I don't know if I got extremely lucky there or what happened. We're gonna go check a couple more chests, though. Okay, we got one of these broken structures with the chest on top. There's no sensors around here, though. This one's pretty safe, I think. Oh, we got the catalyst. More skulk. Mending and unbreaking 3. Okay. Ender pearls are definitely helpful for these. Again, no sensor. Okay, yeah, there's a bit of stuff in this one. Oh, I got baited. I thought it was going to be it. It's just an infinity book. Darn it. Mending and unbreaking 3 leggings. Not bad. Actually, I do need torches. We'll take those too. Cool. This could be bad, guys. This is probably going to be what sets them off. I didn't bring any wool or anything. So we just gotta take the punishment. Oh dear. Oh dear. I should almost eat one of those notch apples. Oh, maybe he's in this one. Oh. Oh, he went underground. Man. Okay. Yeah. I feel like they should have made it so he can, oh, I triggered him again. I feel like they should have made it so he can, break out. Oh, he spawned right away again. Really? So I'm not entirely sure how the counter works, because I just spawned him, I triggered it once, and then he spawned again. So it must be, yep, you must have to wait for the cooldown to go all the way back down to 0. Ooh, it's one of the double chesters. These are the best ones. Any, spawners around here? No, oh man, these are freebies too. Alright. Unbreaking 3, I'm ending again. Name tag, skulk. Oh, I got baited again, are you serious? So I really want the swift sneak, like that's what I'm here for mainly. And I gotta get some sensors too, probably. Okay. Let's actually check. I can still touch these, right? Hopefully. Yep. Are they a special tool, like an axe or something? Probably a hoe. Alright, here we go again. Unbreaking 3! Might be extremely rare. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a spawn. Oh, snappers. He's surprisingly easy to get away from. There he is. I see him, I see him. Hello! I don't want you to chase me, but I don't want to die. He's sniffing. Okay, he definitely heard that. Yeah, he didn't really start running or anything, though. He's still just kind of hanging out. They're really... Oh, man, they gotta chase you better. Right? I know I'm kind of cheating by flying and stuff, but, like, I'm running around here, I'm placing torches, and... Like, he's not that far away, and he doesn't know I'm here. Poor guy. I think they're spawning every time now. Yep. Okay. Yoink. Yes! Swift Sneak 3! Swift Sneak 3! That's what we're looking for. We got it. I really hope they don't make it so villagers trade those. I think that would just like totally cheapen it. Oh, we got a Swift Sneak 1! Like, I'm actually excited to get these. Oh, those are good. And 2 more notch apples. What? Man, that's incredible. So those aren't rare anymore. They're like super common. He's getting closer. Kind of curious if he'll find me. Yeah, I think he might see me. I better run. I better run. I'm not dying now after we got all the loot. That's for sure. Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, we made it back home here safe and sound with all the good loot. There's probably like 15 to 20 chests in there. There's a ton of them. And this is what we got, roughly. A bunch of diamond horse armor. There's even some skeleton skulls there that I kind of forgot about. I picked up 2 of those. And a bunch of leggings, a couple hoes. 5 notch apples. That's pretty excessive, I thought. We got other side, we got Swift Sneak 3 and 1. And you can pick up the Shriekers and the Catalysts with Silk Touch and stuff. So, yeah, we got like everything we need, I think, from that. Pretty cool. Now, let's check it out. I want to see what the enchantment does. I've never seen it. I've never tried it. This is totally brand new for me. Kind of excited. Because I think this is going to be really useful for, like, building. Especially, like, bridging. So what it does is it makes you go faster when you're shifting. So this is our normal sneaky pants speed. Okay, yeah, that's significant. That's pretty cool. Oh man. Dude, I am cruising. Okay, let's try this out. We got Soul Soil, we got Speed 2, we got the soul speed on our boots, plus the swift sneak. How fast can we bridge? Oh, Oh, snap. Okay, that's even faster than I was expecting. Dude. Oh, it's quicker if I spam the click, too. Cool, cool. Well, I think it's about time we wrap up this episode, guys. It's getting a bit long. Unfortunately, we didn't check out all the features. There's still the allays and the frogs, and I never got to play around with the skulk sensors, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this update, actually. Comment of the day says, I have an idea. Start a Minecraft hardcore single-player series. Ha. So I've never done that before. I know there was a big trend. I think there still is a big trend for the hardcore series. People seem to really like them. I don't know though. I always had like mixed feelings about them. Like whenever I watch a hardcore series, it's like how much value does that actually add to what's happening? You know? And to me, there's really nothing. But other people, it's like, oh man, it's exciting. It's a risk. He might lose his world. You know, But in the back of my head, when I'm watching hardcore series, I'm like, I wonder if this YouTuber made a copy of the world and just loaded it when he died. You know, it's just like, I don't know. It just kind of feels like a regular series to me, personally. Now, if you're streaming it, it's a different story because then, like, if you do die, it's like, nope, it's real. People saw it happen. Can't take it back. You know, it's the real deal. But it's probably not something I would do. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Until the next one, hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.